Hi, I'm Jared Hasselhoff.
My name's Jimmy. We wish we were in Fall Out Boy, but we're not. We're in the Bloodhound Gang. You're watching Fuse on Demand.
I studied science in college, and a friend of mine thought I studied geology, so he called me geologist. And
Mine's basically my name, Dave, or Davey, without the D, A-V, and then tear, like tearing your name apart. And I just came up with it in high school for musical stuff I was doing.
When I first started recording songs, I used a cassette 8-track machine. And I used to make little compilations of all my songs. They weren't really proper albums, but just like I'd put a bunch of songs on a tape for friends and stuff like that. And I guess just because they were my favorite animal, I always used to draw little panda bears on the covers of the tapes, so it just kind of stuck from there. Between the three or the four of us, really, because there's one member who isn't here. Between the four of us, I feel like we covered pretty much everything as far as like being excited about different styles of music. I've actually never seen a show there.
we didn't really hang out there that much, contrary to stories. We mainly liked the words and the way they sound together, and the idea of listening to music in kind of like a big outdoor space. And so this idea of this outdoor music listening venue, just seemed to fit the record and the sound we were going for.
Started Paul Tracks just really to put out one of our records because we didn't have a label at the time, and we got in touch with Todd Hyman, he got in touch with us rather, to put out this record, Here Comes the Indian, that we made in 2002. And from there, it's just been kind of like running into bands along the way, like Ariel Pink and the Peppermints and Acceptor from New York, Black Dice now. Bands we're just really, really psyched on and into. And basically, what we have to do with the label is just, like the more creative portion of it, get in touch with the bands or find bands that we're into or make music. Noah's solo Panda Bear record has been put out on Paw Tracks, so it's basically just another outlet for us to put out stuff we like and stuff that we make, basically. That is an Animal Collective stuff all the time. We just toured with two great bands, Black Dice and Grouper. Grouper is from Portland, Oregon, and Black Dice from Brooklyn, New York. And we really like both those groups a lot. Really awesome to play with them every night on this tour. It's a little bit of everything when we're thinking about the stage show. Just kind of like, we want to make an environment that kind of takes away from the focus of us, as performers or whatever, because we feel like, especially with what we're doing now, it's not that interesting to watch, all the time. It does sometimes get interesting when we're being a little bit more active. So it's just ultimately to try and get something really visual going on. And when we were thinking about doing a video for these songs, we had watched a bunch of old late 70s, 80s space disco videos, like Italian and French disco. And we really liked kind of like the simplicity of a lot of them were kind of like old school, like green screen, where you just have the band playing with effects behind it, a lot cheesier, and we just liked that idea. So we thought, we should do a video like that. And this guy, John Vermillion, who had done some artwork for us, we really liked the artwork he did for our records, so we decided that it'd be sweet to see if he could do the animation.
It didn't take us much time at all, because that's us playing in it. And that was a few hours, just performing the song in front of a green screen.